Guys, I'm Justin Davis, and we're going to have some fun today. What's up, guys? Welcome to today's review, and this is sort of a mod DIY series for the Eachine E100. If you want to convert yours to FPV, if you want to add FPV to it, it's pretty simple. We're going to talk about that in today's video. We're going to talk about an analog setup, and I'm also going to show you my DJI setup for this. So it's digital FPV system on here. I have a DKX CADX Vista on here, and it is full DJI and ready to go. So let's go ahead and take this one outside. Let's do a little backyard flight test with the DJI FPV system on the E100. Let's go, boys. Here we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and have some fun. Now, this is the HD FPV system on board the E100, and I feel like I have seen the analog version. I feel like this looks better, and I feel like it has a little less kind of wobble in the video and a lot of artifacts. You do see some sunlight glare when I turn around to the right-hand side, but if you use, I like the Polar Nano is a better camera for this. So it's pretty small and it has really nice color saturation, and I'm not sure that you get that feedback from the sun above the heli blades though, but that is pretty common if you're flying a camera on any type of RC heli. Sometimes you see that in the video, but here I'm able to kind of slow down and just kind of skirt by and under this tree, and it does have stability mode, so that's pretty much what you're flying in E100 with is stability mode, but you have three different speed modes, so you can go kind of speed mode 1, 2, and 3, and if you're flying this in a little bit of wind, by all means like fly this in speed mode 3, because in speed mode 1 you won't be able to make any headway and you're just going to sit in one spot, but I just barely made it through there under the overhang with the Concord grapes right there. And I decided I'm going to try to make another pass through here. So I slowed down a lot, try to like decrease my altitude, and then just go for it, you know what I mean? But this was a fun experiment. This wasn't really to get crazy good video. It was just pure RC fun to just put an HD system on an RC heli that was an affordable budget one and just enjoy flying an RC heli. It's much different than flying a multi-rotor or an FPV race drone. This guy does hover pretty still, but it's not going to, and again, it's not like, you know, for pro video or anything. It's just for the enjoyment of doing it. If you're a big fan of RC helicopters and you already have DJI, by all means do this. But if you already have an analog camera, you can do it yourself as well. But that's the fun thing about RC is it's DIY, and you can just, you get crazy ideas all the time, and I end up in my garage and in my shop and just like totally hacking things apart and soldering things together, and if you're in RC, you're a tinkerer like I am. And again, it's pretty controllable through even some pretty tight spots like that. Not a huge little RC heli, so it's kind of a backyard FPV cruiser if you want to. You could get some decent range out of this. I mean, this VTX, this video system on here, do up to 700 milliwatt, which gets you about 3 miles out. But for this, you probably wouldn't want to fly this thing more than a couple football fields away. But still, it's really cool, and I'm pretty happy with the result of the DJI FPV system in comparison to the analog tests that I've seen on YouTube. So my battery's done, but otherwise I get like a 15 to 20 minute flight. Alright guys, welcome back from that flight test. Now, it's a lot of fun to mod things. If you're in the RC hobby in general, if you like RC helicopters, if you like RC airplanes, you've probably done some kind of mod at some point. You've changed something up, you customized it, you put new paint on it, you made it look like your own aircraft. And that's the funnest thing about the RC hobby, in my opinion, honestly. I think the Eachine E100 series is on a lot of people's favorite list right now, as well as the E120 sitting here. These military scale helicopters that Eachine came out with are just so much fun, and they have a variety of styles here. So this one is the smaller mini spy drone, if you want to call it in quotations. This one is the E200 here. This was kind of the BLACKHAWK. Some guys are painting this one black as well, but it also comes in green. Much bigger 400 class heli that you can put FPV on as well. This one was really cool. I reviewed this one a while back. But the E120 I also reviewed, and I flew both of these two in Mode 1, which is kind of hilarious because I fly Mode 2, and most of you guys do too. But these transmitters, they also can switch over to Mode 1, which is pretty nice. But I think that if you wanted to add FPV to any of these, it would just kind of up the fun factor by 100 for me. I love putting on goggles and flying in the cockpit pilot view. And this mod that I did right here, I just decased the Cadex Vista and put it on the bottom with a little XT30 connector on the back. And what I did was I ran a little 2S 300 milliamp battery on the back, and close to the CG as I can get. And you want to make sure that everything is really centered as far as your external VTX setup. I've seen other people trying to mod it through the internal power system, but this is only a 1S heli. So honestly, the Cadex Vista can't be powered off a 1S battery, so you're going to have to use 2S or above. And I believe the Cadex Vista system can run all the way up to like a 6S battery, but you never put a 6S battery on this because you need to keep this as light as possible. I also tried the DJI Air module. That one's too big. Even though I decased it, it wouldn't take off the ground and do more than a slight hover and then sit back down. So I decased the Cadex Vista, and we were off and running with this Phoenix cam up front. So you want one of the lighter weight DJI cameras, not the original one, and you should be able to get off the ground and be able to do some fun like HD FPV with your E110. I think it's super cool. I didn't ruin the original camera that's on it by taking it off or messing around with that. And I was just able to put it on the bottom of the battery and just quite easily put some electrical tape around everything here and make sure it was nicely seated. You could probably dampen it a little better if you add some foam underneath the camera in between the heli and the camera itself, and you'll get a little less vibration, up and down oscillations in your FPV view. But this was a ton of fun project for me, and I had to do it because I didn't see anyone else had done it out on the internet yet. So we'll keep the videos coming to you, new reviews coming up on the channel, and who knows, maybe we'll strap up some DJI FPV to the E120 sitting here or the E200. But to start, I wanted to do the E110. You can check out the links for all these helis down below, or you can watch my full review of the E110, a super popular, fun, ready-to-fly RC helicopter that looks like a mini spy drone you can spy on your neighbor with. Watch out for the Karens, guys. I'm Justin Davis. Please do subscribe on the channel, guys, and I will bring you all things new in RC. I'll see you on the next one.